Hi, in this video you are going to learn about regular IR verbs in the present tense. And this is the last of our regular verbs. We've learned about regular AR verbs, we've learned about regular ER verbs, and now we're learning about regular IR verbs, and that's it. All verbs in Spanish are AR, ER, or IR, so this finishes off our regular verb lessons in the present tense. The first thing we're going to do is learn about the parts of the verb, or in this case, review what are the parts of a verb in Spanish. We're going to look at the steps for conjugating IR verbs, and finally, we're going to look at a couple of other examples of IR verbs in Spanish. All right, so let's review. What are the parts of the verb? Well, the parts of the verb are the stem and the ending. All right, and in this case, the ending is always IR because these are IR verbs. And the stem is everything else, everything that's left. So vive, in the case of to live, vivir. Escribir, in the case of to write, escribir. And abre, which is hard to say without an ending on it, in the case of to open, which is abrir. So step one for conjugating an IR verb, the first thing you're going to do is take off the ending, and that just leaves you with the stem. So once we take the ending off of the to live, vivir, we just get vive. There's the stem without the ending. And then step two is adding the new endings. So let's look at the IR verb endings. For yo, o. For you in the informal register, tu, es. In the formal register, usted, e. He or she, él or ella, always the same as usted, a. So far, it's the same as our ER verb ending, so that's nice. That keeps it a little easier. Here's where it's different. So nosotros or nosotras, we, imos, that's a little bit different from the ER endings. Vosotros and vosotras, you guys in Spain, is, okay? And now it's the same as the ER endings again, so these are the only two different forms. For you guys in Mexico, the plural you, en. And for you guys, or sorry, they, ellos or ellas, is en. All right, and I have already put the stem here just to save us some time. So vive, so I live, vivo. You in the informal register live, vives. You in the formal register live, vive. He or she lives, él vive, or ella vive. We live, nosotros or nosotras, vivimos. You all, or you guys live in Spain, vivís in the vosotros form, or in Mexico, viven in the ustedes form. And they live, ellos viven, or if it's a group of girls, ellas viven. All right, so let's look at a couple of other regular IR verbs and practice with those. So escribir is to write. Here's the ending, right, the IR, and that means that the stem is escrib. And abrir is to open. There's the ending, and then here's the stem. So let's practice with escribir and abrir. The teacher writes, so el profesor, or la profesora, if it's a girl, and writes, the stem is going to be escrib. And the ending for he or she, for the el ella form, is escribe. So el profesor escribe, or la profesora escribe. The students write, all right? Los estudiantes. And again, the stem is escribe, but now the ending isn't for he or she, it's for they, right? They write, escriben. Los estudiantes escriben. Yolanda opens. Yolanda is a girl's name in Spanish. Yolanda, the stem for opens, right? And now we need the ending for she, right? The she form, ella, Yolanda, abre. I open, yo is optional. I can have it or I can leave it off. There's the stem, and the yo ending is o. Yo, abro. You, and the I is informal, right? So tu, and that's optional. You can have it, but you don't need it. And let's put the stem for right. escribe. And the informal ending for you write is escribes. And our last one, we, nosotros or nosotras if it's a group of girls, and open. So there's the stem, and the ending is imos. Nosotros or nosotras abrimos. And again, the nosotros is optional. You can have it, but you don't need it. All right, down here in your Cornell notes, write a summary of what you just learned about regular IR verbs in the present tense. Adios.